So freight broker, it's that just like you guys just said, functions as a liaison. Okay, that is mainly twofold. All right, one, got to find clients in need of shipping cargo, right? And you got to find authorized motor carriers. All right, so your shipping, your clients who need shipping. So these could be manufacturers and retail commerce. Okay, it could be government agencies that ship goods and resources. It could be small businesses, right, who have warehouses that need to, ship from one place, directly to customers. It just depends, right? Who you're going to be working with and how, you can actually, I would say, niche down to the types of trucks that you want to work with or the type of shipments that you do. So it just depends on how your business will run, right? And then you're looking for your carriers, which are motor vehicles, trucking, okay, import, export. It could be sea shipping, or you might do international transportation, right? Or it could be, looking for those carriers that fly as well. So I'm over here doing sign language, y'all. I don't know why. Sorry. My bad. Lo siento. All right. Full of surprises. But you have to work with so many different people because you are in the middle. So it seems easy. Like I look at it, it seems, oh, okay. I'm going to get on the phone, talk to this person, hook them up with that person. Boom, bam, beautiful marriage, right? But, it's still a lot in that, right? There's still a lot of different pieces that go in there, all right? So essentially, we have, the freight broker, like we just said, makes the connection between the shipper and the carrier, all right? So what I wanted us to do was to look at a day in the life of a freight broker. But first, I wanted us to look at a link here that I have, and I'm looking at my time. Okay, good. We're good. We're good with time. I'm gonna put a link in the chat. All right, so that's a link, and any links that I give y'all is not promoting any other company. It's just there was good information on there. So let's look at this particular link and when you're just skimming, okay, what are some benefits do you think that someone can get out of working with a freight broker? And so we could skim this, and I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to bring this up because this actually looks at the other side of the coin, not as if you were a freight broker, but if you were someone who needed a freight broker. So what do you guys think the benefits are to freight brokering? Why would a shipping company, knowing that they could probably just go straight to the carrier, like, hey, I need to ship. Can you guys, can you handle this? Or I know these are type of trucks you have, can you handle it? Why would I want to even go to a freight broker in the first place? What would be some benefits for carriers to work with freight brokers and shippers to work with freight brokers? Okay, then, they can make sure that the carrier is insured and legit, okay? And that goes with establishing that relationship, right? So when you look at this particular article, they have a few things here. And, I'm under the impression that there's no particular piece of information that's without bias, but, these are just some good things to look at. This is, there was one. Oh, no, I'm going too far. Oh, there we go. Benefits of working with the freight broker. So we're skimming, right? So we have, sometimes it might be lower shipping costs. And this might be, a lot of times when you see articles, they're under the best circumstances, right? So less time consuming on both parties. That's right, Sabrina. That is a good observation, because sometimes, if you're busy, shipping things out, that might overload your workers, right? Where they have to now look for carriers. So it definitely can save time. Help deal with claims, lower shipping costs. And then, so those are some of the things that you can look at, but they can do a lot of the paperwork up front for you as well. All right. So you can read through this article. It had some great information. So it basically talks about what is the freight, how their services work. All right. So we know the one part is to arrange for the pickup of the freight. Okay. Schedule deliveries, communicate with the carrier during transit, collect important documents for billing. Man, the trucking world and the billing, it's a beast. It's a beast. So shout out to y'all, because y'all definitely have to know how to work your finances with the way, sometimes you get paid. So when do you need a freight broker? Okay. So as someone who is probably a shipper, right? Now you're starting to think about it, because you might have a lot of orders that you're shipping out, right? Your storage undergoes seasonal demands. So, those high demands during Christmas time, or, once Black Friday starts, it's a lot of work, right? You might need more storage capacity. All right. So just looking at some of those, this is a good article. I would read through it, but that's one that I found that I thought was really good, just to see like some of the benefits of working with a freight broker. All right. Now, I wanted us to look at one other thing before we move on. And I thought this was real interesting, because we see all of the, you can make a lot of money in broker, but let's look at these. All right. And when we can look at some statistics. All right. I want you guys to just tell me what you see. All right. What you think, how this is going to impact the freight brokering business based on some of the things that you see. Billing is horrendous. Factoring companies makes things 10,000 times easier. Awesome. All right. So this is a statistic on the demographics for Zippia on freight brokering jobs. All right. I'm going to click on it again. All right. So you guys take a moment. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to put it on the screen, but scroll through and tell me, what are some things that you notice? What are some observations? Anything. It could be anything into getting into the business. And while you guys are doing that, I'm going to let Sabrina come off the mic. Come on, Sabrina.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey. What's your question or comment?
No, I didn't have one. That was from earlier. So I just wrote it in the chat. Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. You're fine. Appreciate you. Look, she was quick with it. I love it. All right, let's see if I can get it on the board. All right. And these are just a few extras, y'all, that I just threw in class, because I was like, look, it's important to look at the industry in itself and what's going on, because if you get into this industry, you really have to know that, what does it look like? Like when I when I was living in apartments, I would go to that apartment. I would drive around that apartment before I moved there, or even wanted to move there. I would see what was going on at nighttime. I'm driving through the daytime. I got to see. I got to see. Like Marty Marr, what we doing? And so, sometimes just looking at some of the information that's out there, we need to, it can give us a little insight about the industry itself.